What's up everyone, it's Chachi Power here with Rocket Punch Army to do a third-party review of the Function-X1 CODE from Fansproject. And this is a modern representation of the G1 CHROMEDOME. Now you'll see the box here, it's pretty plain. It just has this outer sleeve that's screen printed with the obviously the Function-X code up top. A little graphic here that says FX, and on the side you'll see Function-X1 CODE. And there looks to be like a CAD drawing here of his head. And off to the side, a little bit more artwork there. Alright, so what we're going to do is take the sleeve off so we can see what's inside. And you'll see the package is a nice brown. Nothing on the actual box itself, but it provides a nice presentation for what's inside. So we'll go ahead and take this out. It comes in a little clamshell tray in here. And you also get the instruction booklet and his two rifles. Let's take a look at the instruction booklet real quick. The inside is just black and white with red highlights. The red pieces highlight the parts that you need to be moving around according to their pictures. Alright, I'll show you the whole instruction sheet here. There you go. And there he is at the bottom. Alright, so pretty neat. Nothing too fancy. Then you got two rifles here that are in this little baggie. And of course you have CODE here. Alright, so here's CODE out of the tray, and I'm going to give you my first impressions. First impressions, plastic feels great. The figure is rock solid. All the joints are nice and tight. The sculpting, obviously rendered in a computer, CAD design. Everything's sharp and exact, precision finish, very nicely done. Paint apps very sharp. I'm a big nitpicker of paint apps, but this has absolutely excellent paint apps. Now we'll take a close look at the paint apps here. You'll see all the red highlights on his face are all paint apps, and they're super sharp. And I especially love the way the eyes came out. The eyes are nice and even, no overspray anywhere, just absolutely sharp. And if we move down to where his armpit area is, you'll see it's got a nice little red painted piece, and that little round circle, the top is silver and the sides are white. So that's a nice detail that they've added there. What we're going to do now is check out the articulation. You got the head up here. Now the head is on this little round piece. It's like a little turntable. So it only goes back and forth. You can't actually look up and down with the figure. You got the shoulders here, which are limited to about that far. Alright, but the shoulders do go around. They're on a nice tight ball joint. It's very, very, very firm ball joint. You do have the elbows, again, very firm. And then you have the wrists, which go up and down this way. That's more for transformation, but you can get his fist to come around, and then it does spin, although you don't get the side-to-side motion. All right, we move down to the waist. He does have a waist, all right, and then you move on to the hips. He's got the hips on a ball joint, but the way they're molded does not allow them to go out too far, similar to the way the shoulders are. But the legs do go forward a very good amount. Then you have the knees here. And you'll see the knee bends this far, but you also have a second point of articulation to get it right behind there. So that'd be great for some kneeling poses. Then you got the foot down here. Now the foot doesn't go side to side here, so you can't, when you stand them off to the side here, it doesn't actually fold flat like they do on other robots that I'm used to. But that's not a big deal because it does still stand relatively well. So overall, a pretty decent articulation. Now it does come with two weapons. I want to show you that. He's got his two rifles, which peg right into the hand. Get that to go in. It's a pretty tight fit, but after a couple of tries, it will go in relatively smooth. So there he is with his two rifles. And the two rifles are actually very nicely done also. It's a nice red plastic with painted scope in white. Now the weapons can also peg to the back of his arms here, like that. That'll actually set you up for transformation in just a second. But there's something I noticed with it while I was transforming it, and the fact is that if you lift this up, it looks like he's got a jetpack there, so you can almost just imagine that this goes up and he can fly around with these two jetpack things there. But that's actually part of the vehicle mode, which you'll see in a little bit. Now speaking of transformation, that is exactly what we're going to do right now. So we're going to go ahead, pop the head off, bring this little crotch piece down. Once you bring the crotch piece down, you have to line up the little slot here with the top of his waist there, right like that. You want that to be very lined up because this big piece here, the chest piece, slides and it actually jumps from the chest into the crotch part area. Now if you're having issues sliding it down, again, you have to make sure it's perfectly aligned. It may look aligned, but it's so precise that you have to just make sure. You can fold this crotch flap up, that was his chest originally, and then just make sure it's perfectly lined up, push it through, just like that. And then once you have it down, you can actually spin the waist around like so, and then this back piece folds up like that, revealing the inside, and then you want to bring these out like so. Fold both elbows in this way, and then spin them down like that. Then you want to spin the fists around, have the bottom part of the palm face up like that, then fold the fists in, and then bring this little brown flap down. Do the same with the other side. Next, fold both halves together. You'll see there's tabs on both ends. You get a male and a female, and you pop that in. And the feet you want to fold down, both of them like that. Bring this brown piece out, spin both of them out to the back like that, and then flatten both sides. Then spin these like that. Then right here at the double jointed knee piece, you flip these around, and you'll see that little square is going to peg right into that hole. Once you have both sides situated, you just bring this panel forward, which forms the grille of the car, and bring it down. And there's actually two tabs right here where the thighs would be, right there, those two tabs. Tab it down, make sure everything's lined up. Now you have your front end. So now you notice the cockpit is open, and that's because someone sits in it. So here's his head. Alright, this is what the head would look like, but it actually is a smaller robot. So you can just go ahead and unfold him, transform him very easily into his robot mode. Take a closer look at him. He does have articulated legs, knees do bend, arms move, but head does not move. Alright, now he can actually sit inside the cockpit here. I've found that it's easier to open the door to put him in, because it's kind of not that easy to do it from the top. And you stick that pole right up his butt. He actually has to sit on that pole. That's a little difficult to get him onto that little piece there, to get him to sit on it, but once that goes in, he is nice and fully secured in the vehicle. And while we're at it, let's just check out the detailing of the cockpit. Let's move his arm out of the way. You can see the actual steering mechanism there, and this little navigation, TVs or whatever they are. And overall, pretty cool detail. Now, just in case you guys noticed, there is an Autobot logo that does not come with the set. That is just a repro label that I added on there, which, you know, anybody should do. Makes it look nicer. And yeah, so let's check the vehicle mode out. So once you're done transforming him and have the little guy in there, you just fold these forward like that, and you've completed the look. And believe it or not, this actually rolls. Alright guys, so that's going to bring us to the end of the review. I know a lot of you guys wanted this. I have read a few complaints that, you know, people missed out and whatever. I happened to get mine through pre-order from BBTS. That included a $20 donation to Toys for Tots. So it's really cool to do something nice and also get a great robot out of it. And if you have any questions or comments, guys, please feel free to leave it below. Until next time, bye-bye.